All right, I'm too far behind already, so let's just start this now. Let me fix one thing and then we'll get going. Of course, it's close to the countdown being over anyway, but am I even going to make it for that? Hang on a second. Na-na-na-na-na. Old man figuring out technology. Here we go. Yeah, I started it early. Hello, this is me under the sign here. Good morning, happy Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, Twitter Tuesday, Tuberville Tuesday. Yeah, we're going to talk about Tommy Tuberville for a second, because I don't think Tommy Tuberville had any idea what this woman was asking her. So anyway, hi, it's Tuesday. We're going to get the show started here now because I'm late, and I just couldn't wait for the end of the countdown. So, wait, pausing my Monkey playback for this. Well, I haven't listened to Monkey yet, but I see he talked about some of the things I'm going to talk about. That's okay. We can talk about the same things, but I know that I'm going to hit some breaking news today, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, shall we start the show? Johnny, stop that music and play the intro. Yes, right now. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only Dawg Knight.
Yes! Shall we get it going? Yes, we shall. Stop the music. I don't know why that used to just it used to take a second for it to shut off. And now it shuts off immediately when that button's clicked. But that's okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as Dawg Knight on the internet. Welcome back to the Dawg Knight Channel on this Tuesday, the 11th of July, 2023. And I got to admit it, I'm kind of doing a lazy man show today. So I got, as I often get here on Tuesdays, especially, I get home a little later than normal. So the show starts late and I'm like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Well, let's just scroll through Twitter and see if there's any breaking news and other nonsense. Although I did already found a few things that I have ready, but a lot of it is just going to be, we're going to wing it today. Is that okay? Is that okay with you? Is that okay with you? Because I just do my best to, I don't know if I'm entertaining, but I try to be entertaining. And sometimes the show works better when I just rant at stupid shit on the internet, right? So that may be what we do today. So, but let's say hi first, everybody, because, it's what I do. Over on Rumble, first in the chat is Avocados Diabli, who gets the bell. Good morning, sir. Also, good morning, Somnambule Nation on Rumble over there today. Good to see you. Septus Wolf, Mike Savage, Blarg. And that's really the extent of it. I'm sure there's a few other people watching on Rumble. In fact, there's quite a few who have windows open. So if you got a window open over on Rumble, just pop a name in there, even if you just chat once and then go back to watching on YouTube, because I know sometimes it's just easier. And we'll go from there. Oh, on YouTube this morning, first in the chat is also Avocados Diabli. Thank you, sir, for being, just that one. You that guy. You that dude. That dude. Also, good morning, Somnambule Nation. Just barely edged out by Avocados Diabli on both sides. Good morning, Trippy Liberty, Rotten Corpse, Tyrannus Alexandrus, the Invictus Lich, Mike Savage, Blarg, I said Somnambule Nation, Maddie's in the house. Come on. There we go. Also, good morning, Nomad. Why is this thing not working? Maybe I need to lean it more so that when I press the buttons, I can just press. I should make it so I can just press down, but I can't see it when I do it that way. I have to have it tipped up so I can see the damn thing. What is? Oh, there's a battery underneath. I'm like, why is this not going back down? Okay. Also, good morning to Aaron Meredith. Hello. Also, Attack Alpacas in the house. Unacceptable Views. Will It Forge, welcome. Pausing my monkey playback for this. Yes, I'll probably listen to monkey during my lunch hour. Good morning, Steph Colonel. What's up from the Hotep Nation? Also, good morning to my favorite Canadian Jaeger pony. Special Cat Acids here. Simon Wolfwood's here. And that looks to be it for now. Surely there will be more. What? I said it, unacceptable views. I didn't skip you. I said it before I even said Steph, didn't I? Did I not say that? I'm sorry if I didn't. I thought I did. Also, good morning, Furry Kitten, one of my friends from across the pond. I'm glad you're all here over on Rumble, by the way. And Buster's Outlaws. I did skip one person there. I just didn't mean to. So I think I got everybody. Did I hit everybody now? Is that everybody? Anyway, do me a favor, hit the like button, share the stream. Say, hey, he's over here running his mouth again. You got to come laugh at him, or laugh with me or laugh at me. I don't care. As long as you come. That's what I tell my, never mind. I didn't need to go there. Anyway, I got my cup of coffee and I'm ready to go. Shall we? All right. Now, as I titled this show today, what do I call this show? It says, too many white people. And there's more people. Games Lames is in the house. Nice to see you. Oh, I see. You typed it. See, here's what happens. There's about a 30 second delay, 18 second, 15, between 15 and 30 seconds, depending on where you're watching, where I speak and then you hear it later. And I've already might have fixed what I was going to say before you got on my case about it. So I appreciate you, and I will try to hit everybody here. So let's I am tingling on peppermint oil. Okay, that's I'm not sure if that's enough. Is that too much information? I don't know. I'm curious. Refixed? I don't know what refixed means. What did I say that? I don't even know what I say sometimes. All right, let's get into this because I don't have a whole lot of time today. But I didn't pull up a lot of articles because I thought we would wing it a little bit today. Just kind of scroll through Twitter and find some stupid shit. Although there are a couple things trending that I wanted to talk about. One of them, and I didn't put it in the tweet today. Oh, by the way, speaking of the tweet. Thank you to those of you who've already shared the show. Banks and Somnambule Nation, greatly appreciate it. Will It Forge retweeted the show. I see Carson's put something out there. Thank you for those who do that. It's very, very, it's very important to me and my family that you share this, that you share the show and we get more people on here because there's going to be about a month and a half where this is all I'm going to be doing because so when I have my surgery, he says 6 to 8 weeks recovery. I'm having a hip replacement, if you didn't know that, if you were wondering what I'm talking about, at the end of August after we, so my wife and I booked this trip to Hawaii over a year ago. We're staying at a friend's, a friend's timeshare condo, whatever. And we got the flights a year in advance because we got them pretty cheap. And then we had to, between this year with all the stuff that we're doing, we had our 20th anniversary, our 30th anniversary. My wife's 60th birthday is coming up in August. My son got married this year. My mother came over from California for a couple weeks, and I hadn't seen her for about a year. This is my birth mother, who we are very friendly with. She's a great lady. And then, so this year's been jam packed. I'm like, I couldn't get this surgery. I've needed it for probably 2 years now. And so I'm finally going to get it done at the end of August. And wait, hip replacement? No, you will still be square. I'll be hip to be square. Gotcha. I got that little Huey Lewis humor. If anyone knows who Huey Lewis is, I'm sure some of you do. Anyway, so I put it off, and then I was gonna have it done before my son's wedding, so I wouldn't have to use a cane at my son's wedding, or just wouldn't have any pain, and I don't always use a cane, but I have to sometimes, and especially on long days, but I couldn't do it because I found out that you can't fly for at least 3 months when after you get after you get a major surgery like that, because they have a fear of blood clots for sitting too long. I'm like, oh God. So I couldn't do it before my son's wedding, so I had to do it after, but I had to wait till after we booked a Hawaii. We tripped over a year ago for our 30th wedding anniversary. So in August 28th, when we get back, I'll be going under the 9th, and then I'll probably spend a lot more time doing this, because it'll be the only thing that I have. It'll be the only thing I have to do. I won't be able to do anything else, which is, I guess, is good, right? If you like listening to me, well, you'll have more opportunities. I'll probably stream a couple times a day, and spend a lot more time making little videos, because that's all I'll be able to do. So anyway, enough about me. How about you? What are you doing in August? Okay, let's get into Twitter, because that's the show today. We're doing Twitter stuff, and so the too many white people now. In a way, that is a pun, because one of the things trending on Twitter today is as we go through Twitter trends, is somebody named Jack White. Now, if you don't know who Jack White is, he's the he and his sister had a band. I don't know if she left the band or whatever, but they had a band called the White Stripes. He played guitar, she played drums, and he sang, and they had I don't know if they had a bass player or not, but they were, interesting little band, right? Kind of popular musician, and he's actually a he's a very talented musician, right? And he has a bit of a popular following, because the White Stripes were a popular band, and whatever. So anyway, but Jack White's trending on Twitter because of something that he put on Twitter. He was a little upset with some fellow celebrities, apparently. And that's because some celebrities had the freaking audacity to it's hard getting it out. He had the audacity to actually be friendly to Donald Trump. Oh my gosh! It's awful. I mean, it's just I don't get it. So anyway, Jack White apparently put this on. Is this Instagram? Is this on Twitter? No, this is. I don't know. Oh, this is on. Yeah, this is on Instagram. He put this thing on Instagram, where he says, anybody who normalizes or treats this disgusting, fascist, racist, conman, disgusting piece of shit Trump with any level of respect is also disgusting. And now I don't understand why he capitalized also. Is also disgusting in my book. That's you, Joe Rogan, you, Mel Gibson, you, Mark Wahlberg, you, Guy Fieri. This is a statement from me, not a discussion, not a debate. Jack White III. Yo, dog. You need to get out more. God forbid they shook hands with Donald Trump so Donald Trump was at a UFC event or something the other day. Remember when, and I know you've seen the video of Biden on the beach, right? Well, about the same day, Donald Trump was at a UFC event, and the crowd was just going crazy for Donald Trump walking in. He was walking in with Dana White, the owner of UFC, and they sat down on the ringside with Dana White because Dana White's friendly with Donald Trump. And apparently, Mel Gibson's okay with Donald Trump. And I didn't know Mark Wahlberg was okay with Donald Trump. I have no idea. But Guy Fieri was at the event, and he shook hands with Donald Trump. People shook hands with Donald Trump. This is the former president of the United States. Now, I don't, love or hate the guy. If I had an opportunity to shake hands with the president of the United States or a former president, that whether I liked him or not, I would do it because you can take a picture with the president of the United States, and I don't care what people think about him. Okay. Now, I personally think he did a pretty good job as president, and so I would jump at the chance to take a picture with Donald Trump. Just whatever. It'd be. But anyway, he is very upset. So a lot of people were talking about it. Now some people were not happy about this because whether you like the band, if you like a band, you like the music, right? Now there's bands that I like their music that I don't necessarily agree with their politics. Let's take Rage Against the Machine well, actually they Rage for the Machine now, but anyway, let's take Rage Against the Machine. Now the politics of their songs is a little out there, and I get the protest aspect of their music, but the music is good, and so I can bang along to Rage Against the Machine. Even though I'm like going with some of the messages is like a little communist, a little Marxist, whatever, and a little, this, that. But, I like the music. So but I'm sure if they knew my politics, they'd be like, well, we don't want you to we would like you to not like our band because your politics do not align with ours perfectly. And we think you're a shitbag. Well, fuck you. I like the music. And so this person here said, well, apparently I'm now a huge fan of Jack White. Oh, they didn't like Jack White or the White Stripes until they shit on Donald Trump. I'm a huge fan of Jack White. Anyone who tries to normalize this craven, pathological lie, a serial criminal and lifelong con man is morally and ethically bankrupt. Well, look, none of you thought he was so bad before he became, well, I shouldn't even say before he ran for president as a Republican. All you motherfuckers loved Donald Trump, even though you thought he was kind of a goofy kind of guy, little out there self-promoting hack, and yet you still liked him. Oprah liked him. Snoop Dogg liked him. Jay-Z liked him. All the rappers liked him. All the black people liked Donald Trump before he ran for president. Some of the black people, some of us still like him. But y'all loved him until he came down that elevator, or that escalator, right? Came down the escalator and said, and I'm going to run for president. Then you lied about him, said he called all Mexican rapists, which he did not. You got to understand the difference between there, and there. It's the other there, not they are. It's the there as in there. The government cleaned out the prison, sent over whatever. But anyway, that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. It's like, look. Jack, get over yourself. Oh, now here's someone I went the other way though. This one used to respect Jack White as a musician, but the fact that he's jumped on the whole bandwagon definitely impacts my opinion of him now. Always so disappointed to find out people whose art you enjoy been slipping the Kool-Aid. Or, excuse me, been sipping the Kool-Aid. Well, they've been slipping too, but been sipping the Kool-Aid. The blue hair is a solid hint, though, I suppose. Yeah. Anyway, so here's what he was mad about. See, he's shaking hands with Joe Rogan. Wow, Jack White, you seem really upset. Are you like on your period or something? Oh, snap! Yes, that's a good one. Yes, that's okay. So anyway. Another dumb narcissist, Jack White, one of a number of corporate fascists, see cat power, LARPing as a genuine American artist. These are the types that destroyed American indie rock after the 90s, turned it into gas station elevator music for gentrified rich white liberals. Oh, damn! This person went off. The White Stripes stole their entire sound from the Royal Trucks anyway. Okay, I don't know who the Royal Trucks are, but... So anyway, you get the picture. Jack White, it's happy Twitter Tuesday, FTG to Jack White, though, because it's like, get over yourself. I'm glad you made your little virtue signaling little statement about Donald Trump. Oh, they even wrote an article in Rolling Stone magazine about it. I'm shocked. I tell you, I'm shocked. There you go. All right, shall we move on? Now, back to this thing about... I mentioned white people. Oh, by the way, Francis is trending. Now, Francis, I'm pretty sure that's, oh my goodness. I'm glad my screen wasn't open when that came up here. I don't want to see that in here. Francis Ngannou, former, I don't know if he's a UFC champion now. Was he a former UFC champion or is he a UFC champion now? Tyson Fury now you got to be into boxing for this, but this just happens to be on Twitter, so I thought I'd pull it up. This is trending because Tyson Fury, the current, is he still the heavyweight champion of the world? I think he is going to be fighting Francis Ngannou in a boxing match. Now Ngannou's an MMA fighter, It's going to place under the official rules of professional boxing with 3 judges ringside adopting the 10-point must system. Both fighters, however, are promising to meet in the middle of the ring to go to war and win by knockout in a devastating fashion. This is somebody named Ariel Huani. Per a release, it will take place in a regulation boxing ring under the standard boxing rules. So that's interesting. This is not... I don't necessarily like fights like this. And here's why. Which one's former? Nagano's the former UFC champion, right? And Tyson Fury is the current heavyweight champion, and at least a couple different sanctions. Now, if you're not into boxing, you're probably going, can we move on? Because this is some sports shit. But it's interesting just because I don't like fights like this. I think this is not Nagano's wheelhouse. This is let's see how much money we can make off a fight. And if Nagano shocks the world and beats Tyson Fury, well, more power to him. I ain't betting on it, though. I wouldn't bet on it. So, boring. Should have been an MMA ring. Why are all these boxers so scared to enter an MMA ring? While there's some responses to this. Why are all these boxers scared to enter the MMA ring while all these MMA fighters don't even think twice about entering the boxing ring? Well, because the MMA fighters don't make as much money as the high-end boxers. And so this is a huge payday for Francis Ngannou, whether he wins or loses. This is like when Conor McGregor went in to fight, what's his name? What the hell's his name? Floyd Mayweather Jr. So interesting. Wait, what's this? According to Dana, not a gimmick. Elon versus Mark Zuckerberg. You know, that actually might happen. I don't know why people are thinking that's going to happen, but Mark Zuckerberg apparently, and there's this thing on Twitter that says Elon Musk to fight Mark Zuckerberg. Now, Mark Zuckerberg apparently is like a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, and so they're going to have their own little MMA fight. I don't know what Elon Musk did. That's dumb. Tyson Fury for this guy's not a gimmick, but Fury versus Ngannou this is a gimmick. Well, I don't know. Anyway, very interesting. Moving on. Let's see. Are there any other trends that I even cared about? I can't remember. I mentioned Tommy Tuberville. Tommy Tuberville was trending also. Okay, and comes in the theme. Oh, is he still trending? Yes, he is. This kind of comes into the theme of too many white people too. Apparently, Tommy Tuberville, the senator from Alabama, was in an interview on CNN. This is CNN. And I don't think Tommy Tuberville quite understood what the questions that were being asked, okay? So, oh my God. Oh my gosh. You know, whenever you do Twitter stuff on my show, you're bound to run into things. Krasenstein, because the Daily Krasenstein. Cannibalistic Wizard, what's up? How you doing? So this is interesting. And good morning, GDSOB. Brian Krasenstein clearly admits that Tommy Tuberville doesn't know what this woman's talking about. So let me get the interview part first, because certainly somebody has it here. Caitlin Collins decides. Here's what the topic is. So apparently Democrats are like how they're trying to push certain white people out of the military. They're they've been scouring the military for white nationalists and racists and all this other shit, right? White supremacist stuff, which is, I'm sure you don't need any white supremacists in the military, unless of course they can fight. Because here's the thing. Here's something that the military does to people in the military. The military in the United States is one of the most it's very diverse because a lot of people use it as a method to get out of poverty and go on to other things, right? It is very egalitarian. Basically, are you the best at something, that you get promoted. Okay, there's no the military guys don't give a fuck if you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, or anything else, right? If you do something well and you do it within the protocol, you grow and get rank and whatever. And so military is full of it's very diverse officers ever all the way around, right? So if a so-called white supremacist ends up in the military, well, you might have a big black Joe Sarge from Alabama telling you what the fuck to do, and you better do it or you'll be fucked. Okay, so there's no really room to be. Now, granted, I'm sure there's some in the military, but while you're in the military, you don't have time for that because someone is always kicking your ass. So, if there are people who are willing to go into the military, I'm less inclined to give a shit what their personal ideologies are, as long as they know how to kill people and break shit, because that's what the military's for. Killing people and break shit. Now, we don't want them to always be killing people and breaking shit, but if the enemy knows that you're good at killing people and breaking shit, they're less likely to come kill your people and break your shit. So I don't care. As long as they stay within the rules of our military, I don't care that much about it. Okay, unless they're complete asshole and starting to profess that shit in the military, then fine. Dishonorably discharge them for breaking military protocol. Now, Tommy Tuberville is a little bit. I can't remember what he's holding up, but he's holding up some promotion confirmations in the Senate. He's holding up the Senate for something having to do with the military, right? And so people are pissed off because here's this idiot Manu Raju. He's tweeted this silliness here. The U.S. Marine Corps is without a confirmed head for the first time in 160 years, and the Pentagon says acting head will have to do 2 jobs. Oh, God forbid. Oh, the acting head doesn't have to do jobs. They can have the acting head of the Marine Corps do the job until they have a confirmed new head of the Marine Corps. That is not doing. Oh my God. There's only, how many people are in the military? There are thousands of people in the Marine Corps. They can get somebody to do the second guy's job, and so on and so on and so on. But this is them trying to, play a sad song and with the tiny violin. And so the next line is Tommy Tuberville is holding up more than 250 military promotions over Pentagon's abortion policy. Okay? And he says, I'm not going to change my point. And what the problem is, see, here's so what the Pentagon is doing, because some states are limiting and or restricting abortions, right? The military is saying that, well, we're going to pay for military personnel to go have abortions in other places. And Tommy Tuberville's like, wait a minute, that's not the job of the United States military. First of all, not sure why we have pregnant women in the military. It may happen, but I don't know why we do. And what is it our job? Is it our job to have the military pay for abortions? And then that's an argument that people can have, right? But that's why he's holding it up. And so a lot of the people on the left are all mad at him because he's doing that. And so he gets on CNN and has this line of questioning from somehow Caitlin Collins starts talking about white nationalists in the military. So let's listen to this line of questioning, because this kind of fits in with the too many white people theme. Here's Caitlin Collins and Tommy Tuberville. Because, well, I'll give you my take after you listen to this. You got to listen to this first. We all saw the Pentagon pull out of Afghanistan. We know they are pro-abortion. Yeah, they're pro doing stupid shit. Anyway, here we go. Here's this part of the interview that everyone's talking about, and it kind of fits in with the theme of too many white people. Here we go.
Conservatives, Democrats, whoever wants to be in the military to fight for this country, to protect this country. That's what it's all about.
But just to be clear.
Cut it off. Anyway, listen to this line of question from Caitlin Collins, because they're talking about how we should people who want to serve this country in the military. He's saying that they should be able to do it, and she twists this into something. And just I'm gonna get your opinion. I'll ask you a question about this when we're done.
You agree that white nationalists should not be serving in the U.S. military. Is that what you're saying?
If people think that a white nationalist is a racist, I agree with that. I agree they should.
A white nationalist is someone who believes that the white race is superior to other races.
Okay, hold up. So she's defining white nationalists as someone who thinks white people are superior to other races. Now, that may well be. But listen to how this interview goes. Because, well, here.
Well, that's some people's opinion. And I don't think,
That's
I mean,
not
a lot.
opinion.
Pardon?
What's your opinion?
My opinion of a white nationalist, if somebody wants to call him white nationalist, to me is an American. It's an American. Now, if that white nationalist is a racist, I'm totally against anything that they want to do, because I am 110% against racism. But I want somebody.
Look at the confusion on her face, because I think there's something going on here.
That's an American that will fight along anybody, whether it's a man or woman, black or white, red. It doesn't make any difference. And so I'm totally against identity politics. I think it's ruining this country, and I think that Democrats ought to be ashamed for how they're doing this, because it's dividing this country and it's making this country weaker every day.
But that's,
so she's gonna go push on the white nationalist thing. Just here we go.
Identity politics. You said a white nationalist is an American.
It is identity politics.
You said a white nationalist is an American, but a white nationalist is someone who believes horrific things. Do you really think that's someone who should be serving in the military?
Well, that's just a name that it's been given. I mean,
it's not. It's a real definition. There's real concerns about extremism.
So if you're going to do away with most white people in this country out of the military, we got huge problems.
It's not.
We got huge problems.
It's not people who are white. It's white nationalists
that have a few probably different beliefs.
Right?
That have different beliefs. Now, if racism is one of those beliefs, I'm totally against it. I am totally against racism.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that believe in different things.
Is racist, Senator?
Well, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. But if it's racism, I'm totally against it. I am totally against any type of race, or any type of racism. I don't care what it's in.
Okay, Senator.
All right. So now, here's my question here. When Caitlin Collins used the term white nationalists, and Tommy Tuberville hears the words white nationalists, are they talking about the same thing? I don't think so. I don't think they're talking about the same thing. Caitlin Collins has a definition of white nationalist, as in that's a single term. I think what Tommy Tuberville, hello Chris Kroll, I think what Tommy Tuberville is hearing is white nationalist. I think Tommy Tuberville is hearing two different terms, and I think that's the part of that is what I think is happening here is a lot of the jargon that people Caitlin Collins age and internet age people use is different from what Tommy Tuberville hears. He thinks she's just talking about people who are nationalists who also happen to be white. She's talking about white nationalists of the Richard Spencer, Nick Fuentes, other dumbass shitbag variety. And so he doesn't understand what she's talking about. But because of that, I'm thinking, well, he's getting smacked all over the internet because he's assuming everyone thinks he knows what she means by white nationalists. So anyway, and there's article after article about, he's holding up the appointment of the appointment of this new Marine commandant, whatever, the blockade of the Marine Corps Commandment General, whatever. Okay. So anyway, Banks, I think Caitlin thinks anytime a white person says they are a nationalist, she thinks racist. Yeah, that too. I think that's part of it. Okay. I think that's part of it. Because there are people who are nationalists who aren't looking for a white ethno state. That's what she's thinking. She's thinking when she says white nationalist, she means the people who are calling for a white ethno state type people, right? What he heard was a white person who happens to be a nationalist in kind of a Trump variety nationalist, right? Not having nothing to do with race, but more as being concerned with this country first before you go and send $100 billion to Ukraine, right? That type of national. So they're hearing absolute two different things, and so he's, what they're doing in the military, it almost seems like they're trying to weed out conservatives, who there's probably, if you're thinking of, kind of the military though, and the military has a tendency to make people more conservative, but you know what I'm saying. I think you get it. So anyway, that's one of the wonderful little YouTube-esque things going on right now. All right, next. Oh, good morning, Bishop. And by the way, good morning, Robert Banks. How you doing? Bishop's in the house. And somebody, Lord Stanhope, were you here earlier? No, you were here. No, you weren't. You just got here, right? Anyway, good morning. Good morning to all of you. All right. Wait, Bishop said, it's a figment of her imagination injected by a paranoid. Oh, my God. I'm not even going to say that out loud. Anyway, all right. Let's see what other craziness we can find on the Twitter place of nonsense. Oh, I got some more notifications here. Oh, Scribe. Scribe Light was here. I know you. Are you still here, Scribe? Dog Thrapple. Yes, I saw Scribe Light pop in, and I forgot to say hi. If you're still around, thank you for retweeting the show. Let's see here. And also, oh my gosh, there's a lot of people. All right, let's go into this little bit of nonsense because, oh, for God. Oh, no, I am correct, you idiot. Anyway, okay, so here we go. So I was going to do a daily Krasenstein, right? And I already, wait a minute. I forgot. So, on that Tommy Tuberville thing, I was going to give you, there was already a daily Krasenstein. I am shocked that Brian Krasenstein, the uglier of the two twin brother Krasenstein, put this up here. GOP Senator Tommy Tuberville clearly doesn't know what a, quote, white nationalist, end quote, is, or is pretending not to. Well, I don't think he's pretending not to. I think he and Caitlin Collins were speaking two different languages that had the same words. Sienna Collins, a white nationalist, a racist senator. Tommy Tuberville, well, that's your opinion. Now, then he throws out the Merriam-Webster definition of white nationalist. Yes, see, now I surely I'm going to go to Merriam-Webster. One group of militant white people who espoused white supremacy and advocated enforced racial segregation. Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I suppose if you, because again, she's using as a term white nationalists. He's thinking in the terms white and nationalists. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. But anyway, yes, Brian Krasenstein put up that little bit. I mean, the fact that clearly doesn't know what a white nationalist is, yeah, he might be of that generation that hasn't heard the term. because it's, or does it, I don't know. Maybe he lives in the neighborhood with a bunch of white nationalists and just thinks, oh, I'm just in water. I don't know. It's a good question, but I just don't, I think to me, it sounded like they were talking two different languages. All right. Now, speaking of the Krassensteins, let me go back to my notifications here because fascinating tweet by a Krassenstein. I thought I'd highlight this one. It's also Brian Krassenstein, the uglier of the two brothers Krassensteins, who are twins. Oh, shoot. Where is it? Oh, wait till I get to the main one, though. Wait till I get to the main one. This is good. Anyway, all right, this is a little, whoops, paste. There we go. Also, one of the Krassensteins did this. And, one of the things about if you follow either the Krassensteins or if they end up in your Twitter feed, just because, why? I don't follow either of them. But they are constantly in my Twitter feed. The feed that is, what do you call it? The For You feed. Because if you do people you follow, then you only get people you follow. But this is the For You feed. And for some reason, both Krassenstein brothers end up in my For You feed constantly. So here is something that he put out there, though, because he's a little upset that people are concerned about the fact that the Biden crime family gets a lot of money from foreign entities for seemingly no reason whatsoever, and including that not just including Hunter Biden, but several other Biden family members. They all get money from all these foreign entities and influence, whatever, China and Ukraine and every other place, right? And he's upset that people talk about it all the time. So both of the Krassensteins love to do their little whatabouts, and here is the Daily Krassenstein Daily Whatabout today that I responded to. Breaking: Saudi-owned LIV Golf, which is that professionally they kind of a break off professionally they kind of did over in Europe, but also some whatever, will have another event at Donald Trump's National Doral Golf Club. Then he says, can someone explain to me why people are livid over the son of a president earning money from privately owned companies in China and Romania? When LIV Golf, which is 93% owned by the government of Saudi Arabia via their $650 billion public investment fund, decides to pay the GOP frontrunner money, we get crickets from those on the right. Oh my goodness. Did the LIV tour, which is run by Greg Norman, the former champion golfer from Australia, decides to have an event at Trump's National Doral Golf Club. Now, why would they do this? This is obviously a nod to Trump, and they owe Trump money, and they blah, 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 blah. Does LIV really 54 golf? Well, here's the deal. Here's the name of LIV is after what would happen if you, on a regulation course, 72 par course, golf course, birdied every hole. You would score a 54. Okay, that's for a I think for a tournament. That's what it's named after. Having a full round of birdie golf. I think for an entire tournament for a round it would be 54. 72 minus 18, yes, 54. Yes. Okay, so that's what it's named after, playing birdie golf. So anyway, now this is an interesting because apparently Brian Krassenstein doesn't know shit about golf. At least that's what I would think, because the Doral Golf Club. Greg Norman is also an Arnold Palmer with vodka. Oh, okay. I never heard of that. Jack Nicklaus is at Arnold Palmer with bourbon. Well, I've had a few Jack Nicklauses in my day, and I've had a few Greg Normans in my day. So anyway, because Arnold Palmer is lemonade and iced tea, evenly mixed. So anyway, so this is a dumb question. So my answer to that, well, it's simple. Doral has hosted PGA, LPGA, and Senior Tour events and other USGA professional and amateur golf events for over 60 years. It is a well-respected facility with amenities to handle large-scale professional golf events. The LIV Tour is paying for the facilities, so who gives a shit? It's a course that has been used for lots of major golf events, not just the majors, but major golf events for 60 years. What is it? Is it the Blue Monster? That's at Doral. If you ever heard of the Blue Monster, that's one of the more famous courses in the country. So it's not unusual that a professional golf tour would rent a facility that holds major golf events. They have the facilities. They obviously can handle crowds. They can have, they have the amenities for the golfers, where the golfers can do whatever they need to do before and after the course. It is a big time course, right? And so, now I'm surprised at some of the answers to me, but I want to highlight one because it kind of falls in the category of too many white people. Now, you'll notice as I scroll here, because this is my answer to that question, right? Well, there's this blank space right here that says you're unable to view this tweet because this account owner limits who can view their tweets. So this person decided to do what's known as at least in my book, known as a hit and run. They'll make some snarky, smart-ass comment, and then they'll hide by blocking me. Well, it kind of works, and it kind of doesn't, because you can always go down and find Crazy Lady who blocked me, and let's look at her reply to me, because this one's telling. After I said a simple why my people might not be too bent out of shape over a professional golfing tour holding an event at a course that has held multiple professional golf events, because it's a great course for that type of thing. She decides to now, this is amazing. She says, "It really astounds me when black people defend Trump. I mean, here I am out here, an old white lady marching in the street to defend black people that I love. Here are others kowtowing to this trash heap dumpster fire. For what?" Now, dear virtue signaling crazy white lady, I did reply to this. Here it is. Crazy lady blocked me before I could reply to that nonsense, probably hoping I wouldn't see it, I'm sure. Well, now what's hilarious about this is I wasn't necessarily defending Trump, although I don't care. But I was explaining why the LIV, golf tour, whatever, would choose that facility for a tour event and why people shouldn't and wouldn't be mad about it. Because it's not unusual, you dumbass. Now, what astounds me is old white lady, she calls herself, thinks that this old black man needs her to feel sorry for me. Bitch, I'm grown. And if you love black people so much, maybe you would take the time to know that we don't all think the same, live the same, and most of us don't want or need your help. Contrary to your limited knowledge of black people, the majority of us live decent, comfortable lives. You watch too much damn TV, biatch. Now, if you really wanted to help, lady, and I know you're not seeing this, but hopefully someone will bring that to your attention. If you really want to help, stop wasting your damn time marching in the street and go volunteer at a school in a neighborhood where a lot of black people live who are not doing so well, and go and help some kids with their reading or math or something useful. That would be much more productive and impactful to black lives than taking a day off to show how virtuous you are. P.S. Fuck off. I didn't put that on the tweet, but that's what I'm thinking in my head. Good God, woman. Do you think all black people... Yeah, oh, I march for black people that I love. Oh, you think all black people are the same. I got you. You think we're all poor, downtrodden people. You realize 80% of black people are not in poverty, right? But you think, oh my gosh, you're gonna help the black people. I'm out here helping black people, and this black man says something nice about Donald Trump. Look, I would have said something nice about Donald Trump once in a while, and I do, but this has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It's a golf course that holds championship events. Now, some people are telling me, oh, well, they stopped holding events there in 2016 when Trump started running for president. Really? Okay, well, yes, that is true. The PGA, the Professional Golfers Association, did stop having events. They had the Doral, they moved one event from Doral to Mexico. Okay, and it was supposed to be a finger in the eye to Donald Trump, right? It's supposed to be a finger in the eye to Donald Trump, right? Well, now that is true. And in 2018, a new PGA sanctioned event was held at Doral. Now, here's the irony of that one, because someone pointed out to me that, for example, because I said, well, yeah, Doral hosts events for 60 years. For 60 years, they've been holding professional and amateur events, not just the PGA, but the USGA. They've had a US Amateur there. They've had all kinds of events there because it's a great course. It's one of the great courses in the country. And so this guy decides to point out to me, oh, well, yeah, Doral hosted these tournaments before Trump became president. In fact, the PGA Tour pulled the WGC from Doral during his presidency. No, they didn't. That's not true. They pulled it from the course the year before he became president. It was in 2016 they pulled it and moved it to Mexico, probably while Donald Trump was running for president. But they did hold a sanctioned PGA event there again in 2018. Now, here's the irony of that, because this is precious. In 2018, the PGA Tour Latino America moved its final event of the year to Trump National in Doral, at Doral in Miami. Wait, what? What? And this is, by the way, it is a PGA. It's a PGA event. Now, it's not the major tour. It's the PGA Latino America. But isn't that ironic? Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? Hello, Amazing Disgrace. How you doing? Isn't it ironic that PGA Tour Latino America moved its event to a Trump course? I thought Trump hated Latinx people. President Donald Trump's Florida course, Trump National Doral, lost its PGA Tour event a few years ago when it moved to Mexico and became WGC in Mexico Championship. Doral will get a new event. While it won't exactly fill that void, it will at least represent pro golf at Doral, where it had been played for several decades. PGA Tour Latino America's Tour Championship, Shell Championship, the season-ending event of that tour, will be played at Doral starting in November 2018. We are very happy that we will continue playing Latino America Tour Championship Shell in South Florida, and Doral is a tremendous community that we know will open its arms to our players and this tournament, PGA Tour Latino America President Jack Warfield said in a statement. So anyway, they started doing, that's a PGA event. Now, this asshole said, well, but it's not PGA. It's a murder regime that murders American journalists. Get your comparisons a lot. No, I didn't say it was the PGA, despite the fact that two entities are merging. By the way, LIV and PGA are merging. But also, the USGA is also not the PGA. Also, Brian's criticism had nothing to do with the morality of the regime, but rather tried to compare it to Joe Biden's family, alleged financial gain from foreign governments. And it was a poor comparison, as the Trump-owned facility has been known for decades for hosting high-level professional and amateur events. To claim it is something out of the ordinary belies the history of the courses at Doral. And also, they're paying for something of value, which we absolutely are not sure what value the Biden family is getting from getting money from all these foreign governments other than graft. And, well, they're being bribed for something. We don't know. There's no, at least there's a physical, they're paying for something physically that is actually there. They're paying for something of value, the use of a course during a championship event, versus who knows what they're paying the Biden family for other than a little bit of influence. Anyway, so some other people were yelling at me about this one, but I'm like, I'll get it straight. All right, now I have to get the last thing, but first let me get this Streamlabs. Thank you, Tyler Alexander. Tyler Alexander, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Dropping a small bowl in the tip jar. Please feel free to drop a couple. It's two for two. It's $2 Tuesdays. Drop a deuce in the tip jar, people. Anyway, Tyler Alexander says, "Dear virtue signaling lady, go fuck yourself. Sincerely, Tyler Alexander, a Trump-loving, proud, traditional, conservative American that happens to have African ancestry. P.S. No, really, fuck off." Yes, thank you, Tyler Alexander. That is beautiful. My heart is warmed by your sentiments to virtue signaling white lady. All right. Anyway, let's finish off with the last too many white people tweets of the day. And oh shoot, I have Harry Sisson too. Well, I'm going to skip Harry Sisson. Harry Sisson's one of those young Gen Z pro Biden whatever. He's bitching because Alex Stein 99, the crazy kind of prankster Republican dude, that the one who talked about it was at the steps of Congress and talking about AOC's juicy booty, which she does not have a juicy booty. She's got flat back. But anyway, Alex Stein invited Henry Sisson to go on his show or his podcast or something, and Henry Sisson's all worried, all stressed out about it. But anyway, that was not the theme of the show. The picture is the theme of the show today. Too many white people. And it's in reference to this tweet today, or yesterday. Was it yesterday? It must have been yesterday. Yeah, July 10th. It was yesterday. This tweet yesterday. And here it is. Someone named Jonathan Park, quote, affirmative action hacked, end quote, Perkins, J. Perkins, okay? He shows us this picture of a bunch of people at a table out in the backyard by a lake or whatever. And he says this is a serious question. He says it's a serious question. Serious question for well-meaning white people. So this is only a question for the well-meaning white people, not for the shitbag white people. So only well-meaning white people can listen to this question. That's an interesting, it's an interesting narrowing of the field there. But anyway, serious question for well-meaning white people. When you show up at a get-together like this, do you notice there are 0 black people or nah? Used a little black vernacular there, or nah. Do you notice there are 0 black people or nah? If so, do you say or do anything about it? And to who? Yeah, look, here's the, hello, Kyle, what's up, brother? How you doing, Kyle? All right, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The best question in here is to who? But anyway, please be honest. This is a safe space unless you say something dumb or racist. Well, then it's not a safe space, because determining what is dumb or racist is only in your eye. Because I could say something just completely fine about it, and you would call it racist. And I would say, well, that's not racist. They're just telling you the answer. Because before I scroll down through some of this, though, because this is precious, I got to tell you. Before I scroll down through some of this, my first reaction was, well, first of all, I've been to gatherings where there was nothing but black people, and I didn't ask where are the white people at. I don't care. Because the gathering was a family event from somebody whose whole entire family is black, and I was invited, and I'm a black person. So I was there at a family event. It was all black people. Do I ask, where are the white women at? No, I don't ask that. I never did. It's just, this is the gathering. And I'm looking at this table, and this looks like it's somebody's house or something. How do you know this isn't like a wedding party? Or someone getting together for something that's just all family. It's a family reunion. What? Why you ask? Who? You look at a picture and all you see is because it's all white people, there's something wrong with the picture? That's my answer. I mean, go look. And Sonny Johnson reacted to this. She said, why are you worried about these white people? Why don't you just go get ready for the cookout? You know what I mean? Who cares? But this continues, because then he goes, for those following along, note how the majority of white people replying struggle to simply answer these basic questions. No, they're not. They're not basic questions. You're implying that because this is all white people, there's something wrong with this. You don't have any idea or context of what this is. Now, some people made some jokes about it. Yes, this is the leadership team at the African American Studies Department at Harvard. Yeah, that's funny, because that would be funny. But anyway, then he continues. One mentioned, quote, forced integration, end quote. Well, because someone asked you a stupid question. Many demanded, what if this is a family reunion? Others accused me of baiting and insisted black self-segregate. Did they? I haven't gone through all the answers on here. Wait. Oh, there is a black man. Oh, damn, Tyre. Only a black person can tell that joke, and you told it. So there is a black man there. He's taking the photo. Then he's going inside and washing dishes. Damn, Tyre, that's wrong. That is wrong. That is wrong. The black man owns the hotel they're at. No, anyway. Okay. So, and it's like, well, wait a minute. First of all, do you say anything about it? Well, who would you say it to? Would you whisper to your sister, hey, why doesn't one of our family members date a black dude or something? Or, you know, let's, you know what? Why didn't we invite Morgan Freeman to this? That would have been a perfect time to invite Morgan Freeman when we were having this big gathering. I'm sure he'll show up. Oh, then but this goes on and on. Let's just go on and on with him. Someone sent this along in DMs and gave me permission to share it anonymously here. For white people looking to become more effective in their moral and practical duty to dismantle racism. What the actual fuck are you talking about? These are people who gather together, have a meal. Probably they had a reason. They have some relation to get together. What are you talking about? They're not there to dismantle. They're just there to eat dinner. It's probably a groom's dinner, for all I know, for some white wedding. Nice day for a white wedding. They're probably wedding guests that are not white that come to the wedding. I don't know what it is, but no, he doesn't know. He's just making shit up. But for white people looking to become more effective in their moral and practical duty to dismantle racism, this is a really good answer. Oh, let's see what he thinks a really good answer is. Since I never post publicly, I'll respond privately. I personally call it out whenever I'm at a function with no black folks. Really? Really? So when you're home and you're having dinner with your wife or your husband, whichever, and your 3 kids, do you call it out to your spouse that, well, we don't have any black people here? Do you? Does that happen? It makes me feel uncomfortable. Why? What if you knew everybody at this table? Why would it make you feel uncomfortable? If I'm at that same table and everybody there is black, like my wife didn't come, so that's about the only way to be. Would I feel uncomfortable because there's no white people? This doesn't make sense. I'm white. However, almost, if not all other white folks I know do not do this. As in, I think she means calling something out if there's only white people there. I do comfortably now. I don't know if I always did, and if not, when I changed, but I know I have for years now. It just signals to me that something is wrong and unsafe there. Unsafe? What is unsafe about people getting together to eat? If there are no black folks at a function, I can't help but wonder why. And the why, regardless of how reasonable it may sound, is always unnerving. Okay, what if it's a family reunion? What if it is a family reunion? What is it? What if it's a family get-together and nobody in your family has a spouse or significant other that's another race? What if that's a giant Italian family that all got together? How can it be unsafe for anybody? How can it be unnerving? You just, oh my God, this is some virtue signaling shit. It's not kind. It's not a kind or natural way to live. You must go out of your way often to not make black friends. If you've avoided making them or made, you don't know what these people are doing. Oh my God. Then he says, oh, you know you've done a good job inviting racist trolls to show you their whole asses. When you get this notification, you're getting a lot of notifications, want to set up some filters to help control. No, when you get a shit ton of notifications, that pops up naturally because sometimes it's overwhelming to people to get tons of notifications. No, you showed your ass here. You're just thirsty to be included with some white people. This must make y'all livid. I guess you don't see why many non-white people would find this funny. The tenured professors, directors, and leadership at the Afro-Latino Institute at Harvard. No, wait a minute. I guess you don't see why many non-white people would find this funny. Sure, most white people would think that was funny. Just because of all the shit going on with Harvard. Another thing, a group of experts on sub-Saharan Africa. Yeah, I think white people would think it was funny too. Most people would. I think those are funny jokes. Salty cracker, we're out of white guilt over here. Shove your race grift up your ass. That's pretty much what it is. Funny how he thinks we worry about the skin color of our family and friends all of the time like he does. Easy to find pics on the internet. So here's a picture of an entire family, and it's a family reunion. It's all black people. I love family reunions. This pic reminds me of my 10-year class reunion. My white classmates made a concerted effort to seat our graduating class by race in the banquet hall. Yep, they segregated us like we were back in high school cafeteria. You know what? What's interesting? When I went to my 20th high school reunion, and I have a very, my graduating class was probably 30% black, mostly white. There was a few Asian and Latinos, but mostly black and white students at my high school. And at my high school reunion, people didn't segregate because of white and black. They segregated based on who they were friends with. But everyone interacted because my high school was very, my high school was kind of even though there's, a multiracial school, everyone hung out with each other. Everybody knew each other, whatever. But there was at my 20-year reunion, all the black students took a photo together, and I joined in on it. Which is not normal because most of my friends are white because I live in a different part of town that, whatever. But so what? It was something they wanted to do. I'm like, cool. Anyway, Question for you. What are they supposed to say? Sir, I have noticed this potluck doesn't have a single shred of sexy chocolate thunder. I demand you go out and find a black person who can sit next to me so I can prove I'm down with the cause. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, I don't know. This is, holy shit. Looks like the HuffPost editorial board. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So anyway, there we go. That is, I'm going to have to conclude because I realize I'm out of time here. But I have a couple articles that'll be in the links today. I'll drop those in the chat during the outro. And because there are there are some things in here, like, for example, the real reason parents in Los Angeles County protested Pride. Okay, that's an article from the Daily Wire. I've got Californians are terrified to say what everyone knows about trans athletes and girls' sports. Oh, that's a hot topic. Largest school district in Ohio spent more than $24,000 on trainings about how to hide the transing of kids. That's an article in the Federalist that's going to be in the links. Wisconsin school district must let trans-identifying students use girls' restroom, according to a federal judge. That's in... That'll be the link. Woke or KKK, NYU hosts whites only anti-racism workshop for public school parents. And that's a too many white people story. And then finally, there's a Breitbart article about 6 dead in latest kindergarten. I'm not even putting that in there. I'm not putting that in there. Anyway, guys, I got to go. Thanks for joining me today on the Morning Night Live. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button, share the stream, drop a couple bucks in the tip jar, whatever you can. And that's it. I'm going to put the links in I'll put the links in the chat, and they'll be in the description later today. That's it. I'll be back tomorrow, Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. Hope you all have a wonderful day. My name is Dawg Knight, and I am out of here. Bye. Thanks for dropping in. Hey, this is Dawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the Dawg Knight Channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here.